From translation, NIV New International Version, this 159th day of the year, today we are reading passages, Job 24-28, Job chapter 24, verses 1 to 25. Why does the Almighty not set times for judgment? Why must those who know him look in vain for such days? There are those who move boundary stones, they pasture flocks they have stolen. They drive away the orphan's donkey and take the widow's ox in pledge. They thrust the needy from the path and force all the poor of the land into hiding. Like wild donkeys in the desert, the poor go about their labor of foraging food. The wasteland provides food for their children. They harvest fodder in the fields and glean in the vineyards of the wicked. Lacking clothes, they spend the night naked. They have no covering against the cold. They are drenched by mountain rains and hug the rocks for lack of shelter. The fatherless child is snatched from the breast. The infant of the poor is seized for a debt. Lacking clothes, they go about naked. They carry the sheaves but still go hungry. They crush olives among the terraces. They tread the winepresses yet suffer thirst. The groans of the dying rise from the city, and the wounded cry out for help. But God charges no one with wrongdoing. There are those who rebel against the light, who do not know its ways or stay in its paths. When daylight is gone, the murderer rises and kills the poor and needy. In the night, the thief is at work. The eye of the adulterer watches for twilight. He thinks, "No eye will see me," and he keeps his face concealed. In the dark, thieves break into houses, but by day they shut themselves in. They want nothing to do with light. For all of them, midnight is their morning. They make friends with the terrors of darkness, yet they are foam on the surface of the water. Their portion of the land is cursed, so no one goes to the vineyards of them. As drought and heat evaporate the snow waters, so the grave those who have sinned. Those who forget God will be lost, for the hope of the godless will perish. The womb that is forgotten is still barren, the worm feed on them. The wicked are spared from the day of calamity, they escape from the day of wrath. One who is at ease mocks terror like the well-watered tree. They are cut down in unthinking fury, they are no more. If it is not so, who can prove me false and reduce my words to nothing? Job chapter 25, verses 1 to 6. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, "Dominion and awe belong to God. He establishes order in the heights of heaven. Can his forces be numbered? On whom does his light not shine? How then can a mortal be righteous before God? How can one born of woman be pure? If even the moon is not bright and the stars are not pure in his eyes, how much less man, who is but a maggot, a son of man, who is only a worm?" Job chapter 26, verses 1 to 14. Then Job replied, "How you have helped the powerless, how you have saved the arm without strength. How you have advised the one without guidance. What insight you have shared, to whose wisdom have you spoken, whose spirit came from you. The shades below tremble, the waters and their inhabitants. The realm of the dead is naked before God. Destruction lies uncovered. He spreads out the northern skies over empty space. He suspends the earth over nothing. He wraps up the waters in his clouds, yet the clouds do not burst under their weight. He covers the face of his throne and spreads his cloud over it. He marks out the horizon on the face of the waters for a boundary between light and darkness. The pillars of the heavens quake, aghast at his rebuke. By his power he stirred up the sea. By his wisdom he cut Rahab to pieces. By his breath the skies become fair. His hand pierces the fleeing serpent. And these are but the outer fringe of his works. How faint the whisper we hear of him. Who then can understand the thunder of his power? Job chapter 27, verses 1 to 25. Job continued his discourse. "As surely as God lives, who has denied me justice, the Almighty, who has made me taste bitterness of soul, as long as I have life within me, the breath of God in my nostrils, my lips will not speak wickedness, and my tongue will utter no deceit. Far be it from me to admit you are right. Till I die, I will not deny my integrity. I will maintain my righteousness and never let go of it. My conscience will not reproach me as long as I live. May my enemy be like the wicked, my adversary like the unjust. For what hope does the godless have when God cuts him off, when God takes away his life? Does God listen to his cry when distress comes upon him? Will he find delight in the Almighty? Will he call on God at all times? I will teach you about the power of God. The ways of the Almighty I will not conceal. You have all seen this yourselves, so why say it is meaningless? This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and what the wicked receive from the Almighty. His children are far from safety, crushed in court without a defender. His widows will not weep for him, his friends will not grieve for him. Though he heaps up silver like dust and clothes like clay, the upright will wear it and the innocent will divide it. He lies down rich but will do so no more. When he opens his eyes, all is gone. A torrent rushes into his mouth. On the day of God's wrath, he sweeps him away. He will not keep on running away, he will be thrust into the darkness. He will be swept out of existence by the tempest and vanish from its presence. The east wind will pick him up and hurl him against a wall. God will hurl him away from his presence. He will no longer look on him with favor. Then he will be filled with terrors, trouble and distress will overwhelm him. Like a king ready for battle, he will stretch out his hand against the mighty. At the last he will still be mocked, upbraided by the tongues of those who taunt. Job chapter 28, verses 1 to 28. Surely there is a mine for silver and a place where gold is refined. Iron is taken from the earth, and copper is smelted from ore. Mortals put an end to the darkness. They search out the farthest recesses for ore in the blackest darkness. Far from human dwellings they cut a shaft, in places untouched by foot. They hang far away from people, swinging to and fro. As for the earth, out of it comes bread, but beneath it is turned up as by fire. Its rocks are the source of lapis lazuli, and its dust contains gold. No bird of prey knows that hidden path, no falcon's eye has seen it. Proud beasts do not set foot on it. The lioness does not prowl there. People assault the flinty rock with their hands and lay bare the roots of the mountains. They tunnel through the rock, their eyes see all its treasures. They search the streams for ore and search for every precious gem. But where can wisdom be found? Where does understanding dwell? No mortal comprehends its worth. It cannot be found in the land of the living. The deep says, "It is not in me," while the sea says, "It is not with me." It cannot be bought with the finest gold, nor can its price be weighed out in silver. It cannot be bought with the gold of Ophir, with precious onyx or lapis lazuli. Neither gold nor crystal can compare with it, nor can it be had for jewels of fine gold. Coral and jasper cannot mention its value. The price of wisdom is beyond rubies. The topaz of Cush cannot compare with it. It cannot be bought with pure gold. Where then does wisdom come from? Where does understanding dwell? It is hidden from the eyes of every living thing, even from the birds in the sky. Destruction and death say, only a rumor of it has reached us. But God understands the way to it, and he knows its place. For he looks to the ends of the earth and sees everything under the heavens. When he established the force of the wind and measured out the waters, when he made a decree for the rain and a path for the thunderstorm, then he looked at wisdom and appraised it. He confirmed and tested it. And he said to the human race, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to shun evil is understanding.